July, reply 7th of July, reply 10th of July. And see, these are all very casual and usual way of replying, just to show that they have complied with the order of the court.
What is the final? Has any final order been
No, Your Lordship, this has been forwarded to the backward classes where the officer was, the disciplinary authority of the officer. The disciplinary authorities will look into it and they will start a proceeding as soon as possible. And an FIR has also been lodged, which is at page number 11. 11 and 12.
Yes.
Bollam na to duta page missing.
Oh,
Lodging an FIR against those who have filed nomination. 19th of July. 19th of July.
Lordship,
Why so
elections
late?
concluded on the 12th, 13th. After that, it was still in process. And after that, maybe due to that.
And complaint FIR against unknown person.
Yes, because of the signatures.
How can it be unknown person?
No, Lordship kindly considers.
Somebody was there.
But how do we know who was there?
Your client accepted the nomination paper and now you say you do not know who filed the nomination and you lodge complaint against unknown persons. How is it possible?
Your Lordship, the district magistrate show caused the Bibidho. Bibidho in turn caused the inquiry on the APRO. After that, Your Lordship, certain facts came in light. And after that, the signature that was a mandate during the elections that he has to remain present, this still now, they have not been able to do it. That is why FIR has been dealt with in this on the 19th and consequent steps
they have
will
not
fall.
been able to do. That means in many cases, there may be many instances where the candidate was not personally present and the nominations have been
I
filed.
humbly submit before Your Lordship.
Yes.
During our course of experience in our courts, Lordships have also seen those who are present before the court or some things that have been brought before notice of the court. That is, this matter, specifically this matter, this is also a point of consideration before the pill bench, where we have stated in our affidavit that yes, steps have been taken and nomination has been cancelled.
No, but this is only one matter. There are several matters with the same allegation.
They are all before Your Lordship. They are all before the pill bench. They are the petitioners over there. They know better than me. They are leveling allegations day and night against us. And we are taking steps. What more, Lordship?
No, but then how can the FIR be lodged against unknown persons?
I will come back.
Somebody was there. Certainly, the document could not have just floated in a thin air and landed in the table of the video. This could not have been done. What is the CCTV footages for?
Yes.
Can you not identify who was the person and who submitted the nomination paper?
Let me come back on that.
No, certainly, because it is very clear that it is just a formality. You have filed an FIR and you know nobody will follow it through.
Kindly will not make that second part of the question.
Yes.
So it is not, I was not saying anything because of this part.
Yes.
I'll only join issue with the part of the investigating agency. Last order, page 7, first paragraph. I will not submit anything.
How can an FIR be filed against an unknown person when admittedly there was a nomination filed physically before the block development officer? Just tell me this.
Let me come back on that.
No, Lord, I would most humbly submit, Lord, this is the delay tactics being adopted by the Election Commission deliberately. The way fast order was passed by the Election Commission, Lord, shows total callousness on the part of a constitutional agency, being saying, I cancel the nomination. Without going into the matter, how could this happen? This is more fundamental. And court, Lord, came to a conclusion, there should be an investigation, only issue what should the investigating agency. State has an objection saying that it should be within the state periphery, any agency under the state. Now, that argument, Lord, would have held water, but because of the involvement of even the high officials of Election Commission.
One minute, I'll hear you. Yes.
High officials of Lord, state government, Lord, not below the maybe DM and Lord, the Election Commission being a constitutional authority, all having been Lord, involvement. and where, my lord, the police agencies were also deployed, and deployed, my lord, with the orders of this court. They have some involvement of the police agency, maybe directly or indirectly. But all these things should come within the, my lord, the compass of investigation by an independent agency. That too, the ramification is, my lord, international. Therefore, with deepest of respect, I would submit the state shouldn't have any, my lord, qualm if, my lord, the agency is appointed by this court for an independent and proper investigation. To unearth the truth, I say, my lord, this is a deep-rooted conspiracy. And that conspiracy has to be, my lord, unearthed. We are not imputing allegation against XYZ. My lord, this is the system which should be properly cleared. That's my humble submission.
Yes.
Yes, my lord, I'll draw an issue only on the part where my senior friend wants the, my lord, investigation by a central agency.
Not central, independent agency.
Not,
It's an independent agency, not necessarily central agency.
Very purposely, my lord, I have seen your lordship can also see the array of parties, my lord. It is quite clear, my lord, what they want and, my lord, how they want to. There is, my lord, no prayer with regard to the fact of the SIT, but I'll say, my lord, that what is being submitted today, my lord, is what is being imported. Why? Because my learned senior friend knows very well that to fit into the criteria of a CBI investigation, he'll have to make out a case with regard to involvement of high officials. Because the third category, which has been mentioned by the Honorable Supreme Court in Bimal Guru, is absent. That is a faulty investigation. That scope, that case has not arisen as yet. So my learned friend wants to pigeonhole it into the first and second criteria that top officials, political personalities, persons are involved in it. Now, my lord, this what is transpiring from the report, my lord, from the steps taken by the commission, is that APRO, my lord, is there, my lord. APRO so far was given, and the APRO has replied, and the controlling authority has taken whatever steps is required. But till that point of time, till acceptance of the nomination, where the problem is, the scrutiny, my lord, in my understanding, at the time of scrutiny, the person need not be present personally. The agent can be there. So at the time of scrutiny, it may so happen that the candidate was not there. But the main problem area is where the nomination is accepted without the original signature. Now, my lord, as far as that part is concerned, there only an omnibus pleading saying that high officials are involved, as if the State Election Commissioner had called up the APRO that you please accept this nomination. Well, this part is a bit stretching the elastic too far for its sustenance. Now, well, the only
who is the other authority who has been entrusted by the division bench?
Well, division bench directed, my lord. State.
Let me see the orders.
My lord, in fact, my lord, your lordship had, my lord, relied on it on the last occasion.
Is it recorded?
Page
Yes.
5.
No.
Indicated that.
Page 5 of the order.
5 of the lordship previous order. The division bench.
Yes, upon the state
appointed judge.
Yes,
to supervise over the investigation to be conducted.
Who are the members of the?
No, my lord, the investigation is by the local police. My lord, your lordship will kindly take. But in fact, it is not an investigation; it's an inquiry. My lord. Your lordship will kindly come to, my lord, page.
Well, the case of that was a different nature.
I'll place, my lord. I'll place with the kind leave of my learned senior, my lord. Senior friend, page 18. In view, got it,
Yes.
middle portion. In view of the law on the subject that discussed above, the direction of the learned single judge for CBI investigation cannot be sustained. We have perused the material on record. In our considered opinion, the facts of this case do not call for CBI investigation immediately. While the writ petitioners say that their nomination were wrongfully cancelled, the appellants contend that such allegation was justified, since caste certificate was not submitted by the writ petitioner. The writ petitioner, of course, insists that they are submitted.
Show me that portion only who have been.
I had to read some portion to indicate that. There is no, it's not a black and white thing. Kindly take page 19, where it the sentence starts, the issue. The issue.
Yeah, the
page
top.
19.
Show me who is Justice Day. 19. Justice. To dispel any the writ petitioner. Inquiry by the state police will be futile. Yes. State police
But,
shall
we
conduct an
kindly
inquiry.
read from page 19, last paragraph. However,
Yes. Yeah,
however,
report shall be filed.
under whose supervision the state police, the state police under the CRPC will mean the local police. However, what has been done here in this case, as I know, since I was appearing in the matter, someone has been designated to be the IO, and that person is doing it under the monitoring of the honorable retired judge.
In the appeal, no, but then since here there is at least some involvement of international issues.
The international issue is that the candidate is outside. It is not the case that he is doing something from outside, he is bringing something from outside.
Maybe he is doing something
I'll
from
tell you
outside.
right.
How can you rule it out?
Since your Lordship mentions that, your Lordship will kindly take one order of another.
May I give a suggestion?
Bench,
May I give a suggestion?
Yes, please.
Let Lordship constitute a committee comprising of DG Police West Bengal, DG CBI, and they will depute officers of that. Investigation continues. I'll report the court.
Kindly allow me
State cannot complain to that because both of the high officials are there.
No, this is this is another single judge. I direct the DIG CID West Bengal. I have handed it over. It is 14352 of 2023. Will kindly take the
Yes, you say.
first page. I direct the DIG CID West Bengal to make a thorough investigation as to the allegation made against the private respondent in so and file a report by 2 months before this court. The report should be in a sealed cover. The matter will appear so and so. Now there is an objection recorded in page 2. Mr. Mitro, learned advocate for the state, has submitted that instead of DIG, the concerned SP should make the inquiry. This was the objection by the state itself, but it was overruled. Can you see the reason? I have considered such submission, but I am not ready to accept this submission as the allegation is that the respondent number 11 is a Bangladeshi national and not an Indian citizen. So, some ramifications with regard to a person who is not belonging to India. In this case, it's an Indian who is outside at the very signature.
Indian working. He is pulling the strings from somewhere else.
Pulling the strings, today it is so connected, strings can be pulled by a phone call. But it is not something which is,
that is the reason.
Which is with regard to the international border, maybe, may not be. But this order shows that the CID is itself capable enough to make the investigation if your Lordship so pleases. And if your Lordship pleases that the state police, those CID also means state police, but a particular department of the state police, if your Lordship feels that it should be done by a high officer apart from CID, under the monitoring of a retired judge, I will not stand in the way. But my submission is that the state police, without giving an opportunity to investigate, should not be stigmatized by saying that they are incapable of doing it or that they are biased enough that they will not investigate.
What is your
This perception of stigmatization is wrong.
No, because this submission was made on the last occasion.
The array of parties in this present incident writ petition does not have any bearance of Central Bureau of Investigation. Lordship, this Central Bureau of Investigation, it came into the corner by the submission of the learned Deputy Solicitor General on the previous occasion. Why, Lordship? Because till the time when your Lordship has taken up this matter on the previous occasion, this private respondent was outside the country, Lordship, and Central Bureau of Investigation is.
Has he returned?
Lordship.
What is the date of his return?
On 16th.
16th.
Lordship. He was
Has he returned? 16th.
He was supposed to return 16th, but we don't have any information.
Don't have any information.
That again, Lordship, if your Lordship is to desire, we have to take a specific instruction from the Bureau of Immigration, Lordship.
See, Ms. Sinha, the FIR was lodged on the 19th, and if the candidate concerned was due to return on the 16th, he could have told us to who is the person who filed the nomination.
Lordship,
your client did not do this much of
Lordship,
homework.
Kindly give me an opportunity. I will look into it.
Lordship, may I indicate one more thing, Lordship, is that why the CBI was taken into this task, Lordship, is that CBI is the only institution who has the international police division, Lordship, the Interpol division.
Very well. So, as of now, As of now, possibly the person is inside the country.
So let me come. Now the FIR is there. Let me come back with a report on that.
FIR,
Nothing.
So only yesterday, the complaint has been made.
yes, that too after so many days, the matter is due to appear today. That is the reason yesterday FIR against unknown persons.
Yes, but the FIR is not the encyclopedia. It may be against the unknown person, but the CCTV can be watched by the IO also. Kindly allow me to investigate into the matter.
Kindly.
And if your lordship is not satisfied with the investigation, will pass necessary direction.
Kindly give me an opportunity.
But merely because some state officer is involved, that does not mean that it falls within the criteria of Bimal Guru.
Let it be done by this DIG CID under the supervision of Justice Day only. Because since he is looking after one, he can always. But in that case, his consent is required to be taken.
Yes. That has to be taken by your lordship.
In the other matter, I see a consent was taken.
Otherwise, he may not agree.
He may not agree.
So in this matter, he has already sought time to complete it.
No, that is different. That is different. Please come.
Report has been.
And DIG CID has been entrusted in another investigation by another. I did not bring the judgment, by my Lord Justice Basu also in another decision. In another.
Then they will be overburdened.
The IG2, this is of not 24 Parganas. IG2 is now, that is immediately under the DIG.
The DIG CID or he authorizes officer of same rank. Office, I am talking of office.
No, you said he authorizes, she authorizes.
She authorizes anyone.
Yeah, it's a designation. Yes. He includes the she.
She also becomes,
Yes.
Okay, let the DIG CID conduct the investigation under the supervision of a retired judge. Lordship put the name later.
Let her nominate someone to do it immediately below her rank. Whatever your lordship pleases.
Immediately below.
Immediately above the name, sir. Immediately above.
Learned advocate representing the
personal appearance.
State Election Commission has produced certain documents where from it appears that the concerned video was showcased by the district magistrate on 7th of July 2023. It appears that a reply has been given to the show cause by the concerned video. The matter has presently been forwarded to the controlling officer of the block development officer. Next paragraph. Copy of the first information report lodged before the police on 19th July 2023. Under sections 120B/419 and 420 of IPC and sections 125 within bracket A, caps A, Representation of People's Act has been lodged against unknown person. Next. The court fails to understand as to how FIR could be lodged against unknown person when the nomination paper was physically handed over to the block development officer. Next. The authority ought to have checked the video footage to identify the person who submitted the nomination and should have lodged complaint against the said person instead of lodging complaint against unknown person. Next. Learned advocate for the commission seeks time to take further instruction in the matter. Next.
much.